Mentality in a game. I love this one because I already know it. It fires me up. And then, like, how do you play? Like, for instance, what happens if you go into a bullpen, you can't find your slider? What do you do, and how do you kind of adapt to that? And what's your mentality throughout the game? I think a lot of guys. Here's a cool thing. A lot of kids don't fully understand the depth, and I call it crazy mentality that high level athletes have. Like, what's your mindset? You get the call from the pen. You're coming in the game. What do you think about throughout the whole course of that? And then what happens on the flip side? What happens if you can't find a pitch in the pen? How do you adapt when you get out there?
Yeah, I mean, I very much have a offensive mindset when I come in the game, especially as a reliever. And I am, if you guys meet me, I'm very laid back. I like to think I'm a friendly person and easy to talk to. But what's going through my mind and my head and my body when I come into pitch is literally just like absolute rage. And if you see me come out of the game, like my hands are shaking like no other. And I need that adrenaline level to help me get the most out of my body. But I am trying to throw every pitch as hard as I possibly can, whether that's fastball, changeup, or slider. And that doesn't mean I'm overthrowing. Let's never think about the term overthrowing because there's no such thing as overthrowing. That's completely fine. It's pitching is a controlled explosion. So if you can control what's happening while you move as fast and aggressively as you can get the most out of your body. So I mean, essentially that's what's going through my head. Before I throw every fastball, I think visualizing is really important. And I am trying to picture myself throwing every single fastball by a hitter and hope that he swings and misses. Like, I don't want to just have a called strike. Like, I want to make the hitter look bad because he has no chance at hitting my stuff. The hard part with that is my best pitch is my changeup. And I do a really good job the way I hold it of killing spin on it. And making it appear like a fastball, but it's the same thing applies. If I baby that changeup, that's when I get hit. And I am trying to throw that. I have the mentality of reaching out as far as I can to home plate and throwing that thing as hard as I can. And that's when I'll see the changeup do this instead of a little humpy, because you never want to throw an off-speed pitch with a hump like that. So for me, that's my mentality. It's screw the hitter. Like, they are like, even though I'm trying to save our team, I am on complete offense. I am trying to strike every single batter out in 4 pitches or less. Because I don't want to even though I want quick outs, I want to punch guys out, but I need that to be in as few pitches as possible so I can come back the next day or throw more that day for whatever's asked of me. If I'm in the bullpen and I do not have one of my off-speed pitches, I know that my fastball is good enough and carries well enough to get me through no matter what is working that day or isn't. So essentially, whether you have your slider or not, or whether you have your fastball or not, it all comes down to trusting your stuff. Like, you've practiced enough and you should have enough good reps to pull out of your memory bank that you can try to channel whatever you felt on those good reps or visualize whatever the result was that you saw in those good repetitions and try to channel that in a game, because that's what I do when I don't have something. And at the same time, it's just trust your stuff. You know that you throw your stuff well enough when it's good. You know that that's enough to get you through. It's just continuing to tell yourself that when you're out there in the mound and not letting, I don't have my slider today, so I can't get out. It's like, let's just hope that they make weak contact and get out as soon as possible. Like, no. Trust that your other 1 or 2 pitches are good enough that they're going to get you through.